We are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, I really need to do something about that chair. Look at these rats. We got a place in 21, huh? This place in 21. Yo.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. I got my new phone. I got the other phone on now. We good.
Okay, bet it up. I think we should we play some 21 while we waiting?
Make sure you just you do not own the copyrights.
Yeah.
Whole video be muted before we even start.
Be straight muted. Okay, welcome guys. Welcome guys. Come in, come in, come in. Let's talk hip hop. Let's talk this whole thing with this 21 comment. Welcome, welcome. Give it a second. We're gonna play this. We're gonna play the snippet. For those of you that haven't heard it. And you haven't heard it either, have you, Trap?
No, hell no. That's why I said me. Nope.
Okay, let me get this. Okay, this is on Clubhouse. Shout out to Chig Smooth. Make sure y'all check him out. Why they always say that with hip hop? Like, you know, we got a lot of statistics out there that I consider for lack of a better term, like nigga statistics. Like they have no founding base to them. Like no real statistical base to them. It's just like the whole thing about like the hip hop artists being called old. Now I know they do get called old. I know this for a fact or whatever, right? Because you know that's just a part of the culture or whatever. But you can't tell me that it's not some young like rock fans, white kids that saying, man, if they see Led Zeppelin, who give me some Guns and Roses, Axl, any of them, you know, and might be like, look at Granddad up there beating them drums. Like you can't tell me they ain't hitting them.
Yeah.
And the world follows hip hop lead, so you can't tell me if you look at any fight video, what are they doing? They doing the same thing they saw on World Star, correct?
Yeah.
So you can't tell me they ain't following suit when it comes to ragging on like an old guitarist or, you know, trying to be sexy and trying to catch the, you know what I'm saying? They might see one of the little young bras they trying to get at, you know, fan out or whatever. You know, they ain't gonna like that. Man, you like that old granddad, man. All right, let's keep going.
He's supposed to be saying something?
He 21 basically being he basically winding up into why he's saying what he's gonna say. He's basically saying, you know, when we listen to like older oh, when we listen to music, we listen to it. We don't listen to it for what it's sold or this, that, or the third. We really listen to it for the vibe, for how it make us feel, and just liking the music. You know, we don't care about nothing else. And that's leading into, you know, what he's gonna say that becomes the sound bite.
I don't hear nothing. Yo. 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 Yo.
Yeah. Gonna get into this discussion. Anybody can join the link. Anybody can join this discussion. Follow the link if you want to join. Okay, I just put up in the link for anybody to join. Um, I'll bring them right up. They can join the discussion and make their point. The more the merrier. Um, Basically, getting right to it, they were just talking about they were coming at him for his point of Nas's relevancy or whatever, or just him being relevant. And that's all. I think they didn't really establish a basis for what was like the criteria relevant, right? So they was just talking about, some people argue popularity in there. Some people will argue sales in there, because they mentioned a Jay-Z verse and they're like, well, Jay-Z's popular, so they were, that's a discussion that was all over the place when you look at it as far as like saying relevant. It depends on what you consider like valuable in the relevancy of hip hop or whatever. But a lot of down south rappers, man, like 21 can spit. 21 can spit. But remember when I froze the conversation and we was talking about content and you was like, what you mean content, right? You remember back in the day, you used to escape the South and go to the North to get the knowledge. Remember that?
Yeah.
Because it was so crazy down South that you couldn't get the knowledge. You couldn't crack open a book. You get your head cracked. Like, so it's always been like that. And I don't think a lot of knowledge ever reached back out to the South. I think more so the South became like it got the whole Bible Belt culture. You know what I'm saying? That's a different type of knowledge. That's a different type of upbringing. You go up top, you got 5%. You got the nation up there. You got all, you got a lot of different knowledge coming at you a lot of different ways. So that's going bleed into the music. See, I didn't know about this culture until I got put in that box. When I had to go down and do that time, like I got around the New York cats, and my level of understanding, yeah, I was intelligent, but my level of understanding on certain things wasn't the same as theirs. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Yeah.
could only come from one dimension with it. These cats all like they to me, their minds were unlocked in a certain way that I was not allowed to unlock my mind due to my programming from the South, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about it, right?
Hey, I tell everybody that's the reason why Tupac was such a great artist, because as a young child, he moved to 10 different states. He moved to 10 different states. So he seen everything in his poverty. He realized that everybody was going through the same thing. And that's why he related to everybody. Like you said, because it wasn't no one dimensional. He went to Cali. He was born in New York. Black Panther, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't no, like you said, he wasn't in no Bible state, you know what I'm saying? People don't know that, but
and just locked into it. And ain't nothing wrong with being, you know what I'm saying? Christian, ain't nothing wrong with being, we grew up with that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. That ain't what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is my mind was blocked in a lot of ways. And I started versing with these cats, right? And it's just a lot of basic fundamentals that I didn't even understand about me as a black man in America, right?
Yeah.
Like stuff I didn't even think was relevant. And these cats just dropping, and before you know it, I'm building, and instead of destroying, we building. So I got a good understanding. You see what I'm saying? And another thing about the wave of the music, I remember the positive hip hop when it wasn't nothing but like, you better have a positive message in there. And then as it started transforming, you still had to have a Brenda Got a Baby. Still had to have that song that touched the people, touched the culture, right?
Yeah.
And you just wasn't a monster or an animal out here like a demon. Like you still had to touch the people, right?
Yeah.
So I remember them days right there. And when the southern hip hop came, it was more with the gangster and the pimping and the players and the hoes and the different stuff like that. Not all of it, but I'm saying the majority of it. So we just kind of like transitioned to that and just kind of really stopped listening. If you was down south, you really just stopped listening to, unless it was the bigger artists from up top. You know what I'm saying? You'll just kind of listen to the down south. You was gonna be on the cat, you was gonna be on all of that stuff. But it was a transition that happened where I didn't even look at the shift. But a lot of these down south artists, they don't get the credit on the lyricism, man. Like, even when they talk about them, all they talk about is numbers, and then they'll even like kind of say that fast food music.
Oh yeah.
But they never get even when artists go on Drink Champs, man. And I mess with Nori. I fucks with Nori. Like, I like Nori, right?
Yeah.
But when he had Young Dolph on there, man, Young Dolph be spitting like Young Dolph. Certain artists, like, you have to give them that. Like, they really think out what they're saying and they really put it together, right?
Yeah.
And Dolph was one of those, right? Where you could have, but it's like Nori didn't look at him for that.
Yeah.
See, he was an entrepreneur. He went independent. He kept asking him about the independent angle. Like, man, how you do it, man? Because you out here winning. You out here getting. So he was just really looking at like what he's attained as far as like, you know what I'm saying, status, like on a financial viewpoint. But he never said anything about like a bar, about the way none of that.
I mean, because first and foremost, for one, because it's deeper than rap. Not all, but majority of up top, they look down on the South as we're green. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're, so I think that play a part too. Like, our bars is not equivalent to their bars because we're from the South. You know what I'm saying? So I think that might play a part.
It's always been one of those hard sells. And the greatest one to bust through that bubble is Lil Wayne. We got to give it to Weezy.
Yeah,
like Weezy is the biggest artist to just break through that bubble. It just didn't even matter.
You can go anywhere and they like Lil Wayne. It don't matter. East Coast, West Coast, they like Lil Wayne.
It
It don't
don't
matter.
even matter. And I even think that being from New Orleans kind of helped them out, because New Orleans is one of them type places where it's just kind of seen as like, I don't know, like a melting pot. Kind of like it got its own its own flavor to it, like it's foreign, so to speak. You know, it's not Texas, it's not Atlanta. You know, but a lot of but I've heard some of them cats kind of get up to the artists. Like I've heard some people say that Gucci can put it together, that Jeezy can put it together. But the thing is, do you think it's any knowledge? Do you think it's any knowledge in that? Do you think that's part of the problem right there? Like as far as like dropping a certain type of gem in a certain type of way, because Jeezy do drop gems now.
Oh yeah,
but you gotta not catch the felony or get locked up before you get it though.
Oh yeah. No, most definitely. I mean,
but that's but that ain't saying like it's a lot of up north cats that still like the Woo, all them like Cream. Them, they was talking about slang.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean now, I don't even think it's relevant, because now they look up to the South now, because the South run hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But if you talking about back in the day, then I guess that's what it was. But now
I don't think it get it. I think it does. It does run it from a number standpoint and from a front runner standpoint. But do it get the credit? It's almost like the everybody going to the black quarterback right now, right? That's like a little trend right now. But is it gonna be talked about in the areas, in the hallways, in the interviews that give them the credit of being like on a certain level? You know, and I think that's the part that's missing when it comes to talking about like a lot of down south artists. Like you don't hear a lot about the lyricism.
Yeah.
Except with Lil Wayne, somebody like that. You gonna hear it. So in 21, do you think he was taken out of context?
What he said?
Yeah, well, what he said about the you know, because they was trying to pick it up as like a Nas diss, but he ain't diss Nas. He just said he wasn't relevant, but he was just speaking merely of numbers. That's all he was doing.
Oh, I mean, no, most definitely. I mean, honestly, shit, Nas can be looked at like, I mean, for one, it's totally different vibes. Like that's just like they don't want to hear us because they say we ain't lyrical, but sometimes we don't want to hear them because they just too lyrical. The beat just be different and just all that shit just be, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of go back and forth with it, but he wasn't disrespecting Nas because we could jump in the car now and go somewhere with 20 people and we can ask them, hey, bro, what's your favorite 3 Nas songs? And you tell me what they say.
See, and you notice like my biggest subscriber base is from New York. That's my #1 subscriber base. So like New York, like no, I mess with New York because when I came into the whole hip hop thing, it wasn't a clear cut winner. Like it was just New York was hip hop, and that's just the way it was, right?
Yeah.
So my
that is America now, you know.
So my introduction to it was like it wasn't never no issue anyway. You just gave it up to them, and that was it, you know. And everybody just kind of added to that skeleton, added meat to that.
Yeah,
skeleton,
I think that's what it is, man. It's like, you know, I think, you know, and it's hard for them to respect the craft because they judging it off of how they would have put it together. But so I think just because we didn't put it quite together the way they have put it together, that's why they don't really give us credit for the bars. You know what I'm saying?
I actually did a video where I was talking about that. I was talking about DJ Envy had made he said something about bars to somebody. And I made a point to say, sonically, if you train your ear to listen a certain type of way, like say you just like fast-paced rappers, like fast tempo rappers. If you train your ear to hear that, a Joker comes spitting mid tempo or slow, you gonna be like, man, he trash.
Yeah. You ain't gonna.
Cause you like that up tempo. And I think I see a lot of up north like structuring of the lyrics and stuff like that. It's a certain delivery and flow. And you check somebody like The Game out. He really doesn't have a West Coast delivery. He has more of an East Coast delivery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah,
always part of his sauce. You know, and they give the nod when they see you giving that delivery like that, man. But I think a lot of opportunities missed with as far as like giving the down south artists their lyrical credits, man. But I think it has to also be a content shift in a certain type of way, because we got a lot of sleepwalkers out here, man. And then you don't want that thing to come bite you back in the ass, man. Plant some other seeds too. Just don't plant the killing seed, you know, because I came up with 3 6 Mafia and all that was out there, like, you know, the seeds that was planted was all one way.
Yeah.
You know, plant some other type of seeds, man, where, you know, it won't come back to kind of bite you in the ass, so to speak, for lack of a better term. Okay, so we fighting through this shadow band, this right here. We stand with it. We know this is gonna get a lot of views and stuff on the back end. So make sure, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you put on your notifications. We're gonna be dropping some really good lives. We're gonna have some really good guests. We're gonna bring the East Side Boys. We're gonna bring Big Sam. We're gonna bring different people. Just make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all check this out. Turn on the notifications to Let's Run It Back, so this algorithm thing can pick up and we can get up out the shadows, because we got good content coming. Really good content. Oh, you wanted to add something before we up out of here, Truck?
Hey, yeah, I was say, cause I wanted to clear this up, cause you say you got New York followers, so I want to say this now. I fuck with 21, but yeah, I can't see if anybody feel like it's disrespect, because if we had to compare lyrics and bars, like, he shouldn't be speaking on Nas, because I ain't gonna lie, like, people wouldn't know Nas, but Nas is definitely a GOAT, you know, like, hey, shit, really? Jay-Z ain't fuck with Nas, but Jay-Z just more popular, but you know.
Man, Nas, you know Nas is solidified, man. And 21 is not no lightweight when it comes to spitting. Like,
no, he's not. But now to be speaking,
he really put it together, right?
Yeah.
But he ain't trying to give you no message or nothing like.
No, exactly. Yeah.
You know, he ain't trying to do that. So that way he can't even compare certain things. But he wasn't trying to do that. He was,
okay. He was just saying Nas wasn't relevant, which he wasn't. He's a lyricist, but he wasn't relevant.
But he also it was what's the word? You like, you were right when you said you could see how it could rub somebody the wrong way, because he knew it would be taken bluntly. You know what I'm saying? By the deliverance of it and what he said, but because he knew he had the power to say that.
Yeah, most definitely.
but I think that stems from, I'm telling you, the lack of love from up top, from certain credible people. That's why, like Dipset, Jadakiss, and all them get so much love down south, because they come down here and they mess with their network and they politic with them. They be all with them in pictures and they be like, yeah, we love these cats, man. They be spitting like Ross be spitting. Like Jada, he loved telling you how raw Ross is. Like, man, Ross be spitting. You know what I'm saying? And that bridges the gap. And I think that makes somebody like a Rick Ross, if you hear him talk about the legends, he has nothing but admiration, like nothing but accolades. Like, he gives them out. Like he oh yeah, man, Nas, man, great, man, Jay-Z, man. But they show him love, you know what I'm saying? They let you know, big boy, oh yeah, he a spitter. Like, he coming with, like, they show him love. And I think when you get that love like that, you feel like, okay, I'm gonna keep the status quo too. You know, I gotta keep the status quo. You know, I know Jay-Z up there, you know, then Nas, them, you know, all these people at the top, you know, as far as like I see how the little hierarchy is going or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you don't say things out of spite or whatever. But I think to help get that love from up top, I think a lot of down south artists got to kind of start learning how to drop them gems like that Goody Mo B, man. Like that Goody, but still be hard. You know what I'm saying?
It's not even that. It's a lot of rappers who out here who doing it. They just underground. But I ain't gonna like somebody like Big Crit. Like they get love up top. You know what I'm saying? J. Cole. You know, J. Cole, Big Crit. You know, like they get love.
I ain't talking about none of the. I ain't talking about the underground artists though. I'm talking about our mainstream top tier.
For one, I think
for one, look. Have you ever thought about this trap? And this crazy, this no diss, this no diss on your name, but trap music, the title is almost a disservice.
Yep.
To the culture of Southern hip hop.
Yep.
Because once you get thrown in that category, you're automatically subjected to a certain type of thinking, certain type of stereotypes, programming.
Yeah, I had to deal. I had to deal with that for a long time. And what's crazy is my grandma, and my uncle called me trap when trap was a dope house. It wasn't even called a trap. So that just turned into a coincidentally, like it's not. And I tried to turn it into an acronym for tightest rapper out the pop, but like you said, like all they see is trap. Like all you hear is trap. So the mind's so corrupted to it don't even. I can tell them that all day, every day. It don't even matter.
Yeah, because when an artist come out of New York, I don't care how grimy he is. The Chef. Name one. I don't care how grimy this Negro is. Who the cat up there really winning right now? 5-year-old Phoebe. What the
the one with the New York song.
Man. I mess with him. He got some cuts and he be putting stuff together in a different way, but it's still New York, right? But he don't even get a title. Oh yeah, they do get the title. They got the drill now. I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about the New York drill. He's definitely thrown into that category, but it's very lucrative for them.
I mean, but even with that though, even with the drill music, New York still like they swag died and they really just copying everybody else swag, like from the drill music or down south. But
even the greats, even the New York like generals say that.
Yeah. I mean, the
because that not used to be the thing. That used to be a flag on the play in hip hop. If a region had a certain slang and you copied it. Remember when Jay-Z came out with that bar? He said, I think that was the verse with the 3 cuts in your eyebrows. But he said something about you jacking our slang. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't never a thing. Like if they saying this over there and they saying this over there, you didn't even want to do that.
Yeah.
Because you didn't even want to be, you didn't want to get that misconception. So you know, but now it's like once like ops became popular, like everybody used it. Like it's a different culture. Like it's more about trending. It's more about I think it's a lot to do with the algorithm too, man. Because if you
that's why I have to ask you, man. I know you're trying to go, but I have to ask you one more thing since there's a difference. Do you think if Nas was able to have an Instagram or a Facebook during his career, would he be relevant then?
The difference with that, right? This whole social media thing is a gift and a curse.
Okay.
And I tell you what I mean by that, right? It's like what makes Nas what makes Jay-Z and what makes all of them is your the mystery of them. You don't get overexposed to them because they didn't have the social media. So it's a big mystery when it comes to them. Same thing like Tupac, all the greats, Biggie. You don't see a lot of behind the scenes. You don't see them get mad and go to Twitter or go to Instagram and show you who they are as a person and be like, man, hey, and they talking about like a Joker got their order wrong at a restaurant or something. And you see a layer of them that you didn't think exists. Like, oh, he a real person. Like, he get mad about this type shit too. You know, so you don't see that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like mystified. You don't even think these folks sit down and poop like you do.
Yeah,
And, you know, some of these fans, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, with that mystique, it was a mystique that was there because it wasn't any other option. You know, you did the interviews in the magazines, the usual suspects. You did the interviews on the talk shows, television, but you did not have your own platform to do a selfie interview. You didn't have none of that. You couldn't go live, none of that. So that mystique also is what catapulted them to this legendary status of, like, you know, that whole aura around them, that Prince aura, you know, that legendary idol aura. You know, a lot of these cats got overexposure, you know, so they gotta forever keep up with the rat race of relevancy online and also surviving online.
Yeah,
because it's like a land maze.
Yeah, it's not even it's not even, you know, back in the day, like you said, like Nas, you know, they used to have to worry about going outside with paparazzi. I ain't no paparazzi no more when you can share your location and just go live. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even no paparazzi no more.
And back then in Nas time, you welcomed the paparazzi.
Yeah.
You welcomed it. You know, it wasn't an annoyance. It was like, the paparazzi don't get annoying till you get rich.
Hey, but I definitely think the social media, I think it probably would have helped on the financial side then.
Oh, like, most definitely.
They would have seen more money like that. With the screaming and shit, they would have seen more money like that.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Things would have been different, but you know, things get different too early before you get truly control of the platform. And then, you know, hip hop could have turned to jazz a long time ago. Because remember, jazz was a pure black form, and then, you know, when jazz reached a certain level of sophistication, man, you had jazz got took over by Caucasians in jazz. Like, and that's exactly what happened. Like, you know, yeah, you know, a true jazz fan, not a casual jazz fan, they know, you know, they know to name certain people, like, you know, certain greats like Miles Davis. They know the name certain greats connected to certain things like that. But you also got the people who just went straight over there to that new jazz.
Yeah.
And they like, nah, this the, you know, we don't really listen to this right here. What is, you know, so hip hop could have been done like that. So I think it's a changing landscape. One of the videos we got to do soon is like where it's going with the gang culture in hip hop, because I think it's about to hit a wall with that. Just the right person ain't came out and spoke yet.
You said it's about to hit a wall.
Yeah.
I want to ask
you. These jokers gonna get tired of getting picked off, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna get tired of getting picked off. You gotta change the format. You make it easy for them to connect the dots with that. Why become $1 million cat to make yourself a dot to be connected to? No, that's backwards hustling. You remember that term?
Oh no, yeah, most definitely remember that term.
Yeah, like, and I think that's gonna be something that gets put away, because it just became blatant to the point where it just don't make any sense. But guys, we're about to get out of here.
Though.
Huh?
The culture built on the image, so I feel like that's why it's gonna be hard to change that pattern, because that's part of the image.
It's built on the image, right? But I don't know. We'll get back to that. But that's running back for today. As far as this live, you guys make sure you check it out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys turn on notifications and help us up out the shadows. And make sure you do not let a person's actions dictate your reactions. And we out.